Good afternoon, everyone. As we were talking about the role of the introsea into the different joint, into the different joint, small joint like PIP joint, DIP joint, and the MCP joint. So today we will talk about the role of introsea into the interphalangeal joint in the interphalangeal extension movement. So as I told you before, that every movement into the interphalangeal joint which is influenced by its attachment. So this extension of the interphalangeal joint which is also influenced by the attachment of this joint. So first is interphalangeal joint extension, which is produced by the distal introsea, and this distal introsea is the stronger than the metacarpophalangeal joint abduction, adduction, and during the metacarpophalangeal joint extension. So as this distal introsea movement which is occur during the interphalangeal joint extension, so this movement is so far stronger than the movement created by the distal introsea into the metacarpophalangeal joint, like movement like abduction, adduction, and the extensions. So in compared to this movement, the interphalangeal joint extension movement is more stronger, which is done by and this movement which is done by the distal introsea muscles. Now next is index and the little finger, which has weaker interphalangeal extension, and that middle and the ring expansion. So index finger and the little finger. So index finger and the little finger, these both finger have the weak interphalangeal extension in compared to these two middle finger and the ring finger, because of the fewer distal muscles separation into this because of the fewer distal muscles separation into both fingers. So due to that there may be a chances of the weak interphalangeal extension into the to complete this movement into the index finger and the ring finger, little finger. So now as we seen in overall, the proximal component which are effective in metacarpophalangeal flexion and the distal component in the interphalangeal extension. So most consistent activity of the introsea is when metacarpophalangeal joint are flexed and the interphalangeal joint are extended. Advantage of optimal biomechanics for both distal introsea and the volar introsea. So as they told कि the proximal components of the introsea muscles are very effective into the metacarpophalangeal joint flexion position, and the distal component of the introsea muscles which are effective during the interphalangeal extension position. And as they also told that most of the consistent activity of the introsea which is done during most of the convenient activities which is done during when the metacarpophalangeal joint are flexed and the interphalangeal joint are extended. So mainly advantage occur during these positions are into the dorsal introsea and the volar introseas. So this muscle will get an advantage during this position. So mainly palmar introseas which are situated here, and the dorsal introsea which are situated here. Next we will talk about that lumbrical muscles. So as I will show you the figure of the introsea muscles. So introsea muscles are situated here. So mainly now you can see this is the dorsal introseas, which is dorsum of the foot, so which are situated behind the not behind the but dorsum part of the wrist, hand. So it is situated here. These all are the dorsal introsea muscles, and these are the palmar introsea muscles which are situated palmar side of the hand complex. So this is all about the hand complex of the This is all about the hand complex and the interossei of the interossei muscles. So next we will talk about the lumbrical muscles. So which are the lumbrical muscles and what is the function of the lumbrical muscles. So these are the only muscles in the body, in the human body, which are attached to the tendon of the other muscles. So these lumbrical muscles are attached with the tendon of the other muscles. Each muscle originated from the tendon of the flexor digitorum profundus muscle in the palm and volar side to deep transverse metacarpal ligaments, and it will attach to the lateral band of the extensor mechanism of the radial side. So each lumbrical muscles, they are originated from the tendon of the flexor digitorum profundus muscles in the palmar area. Second thing, volar side they will attach with the transverse metacarpal ligament, as well as on the lateral side they will attach with the lateral band of the extensor mechanism on the radial side, this side. So the attachment of the lumbrical muscles are this. Now it will this muscle will cross the MCP joint, volar side and the interphalangeal joint into the dorsal side. So they will pass the metacarpal joint into the volar side and IP joint into the dorsal side. Second, differentiation in interossei and the lumbricals. So what is the differentiation between interossei muscle and the lumbrical muscles? So mainly more distal insertion of the lumbricals originated from the flexor digitorum profundus and great contractile range of the lumbricals. So as how the lumbricals will be differentiated from the interossei. So these lumbrical muscles having the distal insertion of the lumbrical having the more distal insertion. Second thing, they are originated from the flexor digitorum profundus muscle. And third thing, these lumbrical muscles having the great contractile in compared to interossei. So due to that, so this difference we can say that this difference will be differentiate lumbrical muscles in compared to the interossei muscles. Second, effective interphalangeal extensor than the metacarpophalangeal joint position. So due to, as I told you that interossei muscles will also help to the metacarpophalangeal joint and the interphalangeal joint. So these interphalangeal joint extensors will have more interphalangeal joint extensors are more effective in compared to the metacarpophalangeal joint position into the lumbrical muscle. About the lumbrical muscles. Second thing, that deep transverse metacarpal ligament prevents the lumbricals migration dorsally and losing the tension at the metacarpophalangeal and the interphalangeal extension. So what they told, deep transverse metacarpal ligaments. So the metacarpal ligaments which are situated deeply into the near the metacarpal joint. So they will prevent the lumbricals migration dorsal side. So they will prevent the migration, means they will prevent the shift. मतलब they will prevent the lumbricals to shift to dorsal side. Second, they will also lose the tension at the MCP joint and the IP. So during the metacarpophalangeal joint and the interphalangeal joint extension, they will lose the tension. Second, lumbrical contraction increase the tension in lateral band and the flexor digitorum tendon too. So as the lumbrical muscle will be get contract, so during this it will increase the contraction into the lateral band of the near the metacarpophalangeal joint. Second, they will also increase the tension into the flexor digitorum profundus muscles tendon. Second, act as both agonist and synergist for so lumbrical muscles will act as a both agonist, and they will act as a synergist for the interphalangeal extension position. Second thing, that as the lumbricals activate to cause the interphalangeal extension, there is effective release of the passive tension into the flexor digitorum profundus tendon. So they told कि as the lumbricals will be get activated for the interphalangeal joint extension, at that time there is a effective release has been done into the passive tension of the flexor digitorum profundus tendon. So the flexor digitorum profundus tendon will be relieve, fill. So flexor digitorum profundus muscle will fill, relieve and release during the interphalangeal joint extension. So this is the interphalangeal joint extension position. Now it also assists the flexor digitorum profundus indirectly during the hand closure. So when we close the hand or when we make a fist, at that time also this lumbrical will help to flexor digitorum profundus muscle to make the fist. Second, functionally metacarpophalangeal joint flexion is weaker in lumbricals than the interossei. So as I told you that interossei muscles are the powerful flexors, and they will also do a powerful metacarpophalangeal joint flexion. So in compared to interossei, the lumbricals muscles are the weak, and they will do the functional movement of, they will also do a functional movement like metacarpophalangeal joint flexion, but this position will be the weak. Second is where are the lumbricals situated, so that I will show you that where is the lumbricals. So this is the lumbricals which are situated at the dorsum side of the hand here, and this is the lateral side. So these are situated here and here. Second thing, they are situated at the dorsum of the hand. So basically they are situated into the dorsum part of the hand. So as I show you that they will situated here at the dorsum part, and this side at the palmar area. Second is next is thumb, and the structure of the thumb is different from the every finger. So that we will see into the next video. Thank you.